Hello, Star Family. I just wanted to say happy 222 portal. I went on a 6-mile walk earlier to get some other Gaia plant herbal medicines for our shamanist sessions and our energetic sessions. And let me just say that the Angelics, solar Angelics, the cosmic angels, wanted me to tell you that today is the 222 portal. So the 222 portal is all about not just transformative change within the soul's activation of DNA crystalline energy, but it also connects to the solar angelics. 222 was the number that I was born with under the spiritual warrior cosmic angelics. And when I talk about angelics, I'm not talking about Abrahamic religion like Michael and you know what I mean, and not the archangels. I'm talking about the solar flare angels. So right now there's solar flares in the universe. And if you see me putting this on during this session, you know how you go for walks and like it gets like really itchy on your skin, some stuff like that, because I'm just getting back into the swing of things in my routine. I'm getting back into shape, so it's going to do that. So let's talk about solar angelics. After I get some of this, it's carrot mango, and I'm gonna sprinkle some turmeric in here. All it needs really is ice because it's really warm out today. It's high 79 and I think it was like 74 to 76 degrees when I was walking, which is pretty warm for winter time. I am in the North American, I don't know, the northern hemisphere, and it's just hot. I think I am, but I'm not really Mother Gaia. I'm more ascended star realm, star seed. So today we're going to have messages from, I want to talk about not only the solar angelics, yes, the cosmic angelics, but I want to talk about the cosmic lions. Okay, so I have cosmic lion star brothers from Lyra. Okay, and I hail also one of my past life realms is from Lyra, the star constellation Lyra. So I am going to channel some light language activations from the cosmic lions. I got some oregano today. That was one of my go-to herbs from the star princess who inhabited this body before me. She was very much a star princess. She was very soft inside and very sensitive, and her gifts were just beautiful. She radiated goddess incarnate light, but she was also pure strength after the attacks. So I'm going to be talking about some solar flare angels and some cosmic star lions from Lyra. And I'm just getting in. And when I walked back, I was like, should I pick something from the jujube tree? It's a public tree. And it was on public property. But before that, I did pick 3. Before that, there was this Archon sheriff, or a cop, I don't know if he was a sheriff or not, from the county. And I remember how the one who inhabited this body got targeted by Orange County. Well, this one was Seminole County. And he backed up so far that the solar flare angels, my cosmic angelics, my warrior brothers of the light, literally pushed him with their light to where he was coming out and he wanted to make a right, and then he felt my vibration and he was so low vibrational energy, archonic reptilian, to the solar flare angels, my cosmic angelics. They took their flames of the sun and their swords and they pushed him in energy to where this cop backed up and like stayed away from me. So like this is how I know I'm very, very, very protected in the spirit realm. So it's the 222 portal today, and I'm really excited to share about the 222 portal. And there's going to be lots of like cosmic star beings that are going to be coming through as well, and we are going to burn in celebration of the solar angelics and the solar integrations of the DNA blueprint of the crystalline DNA activations and the solar angelics cooperating with this. And then also there's going to be, I'm going to be delivering messages about the solar flares coming from the galactic universes above, because they want the humans to know. It's a very integrated process, and there's lots and lots and lots of exciting new knowledge and wisdom from the higher beams of light realms to be channeled. So I got another one of these, which I love these so very much. I'm like obsessed with these lighters now. They're like the best. They're like, I call them my solar flare lighters, excuse me, because look at this. It'll like blow the herbs off. I need to get some Angelics, but Angelica. And this was Bay from earlier, and a little bit of Angelica, and look at this solar, like, I feel like it's like solar harmonics. That one sounds weird, but we're going to, and other goodies that I've also gotten that I'm excited to share with you. Besides, so we ate a lot of this, but it wasn't dried on my star planet. So this is sea salt seaweed snack. We ate a lot of these. Kale, spinach leaves, seeds, sunflower seeds, like all types of Mother Gaia treats. But I really wanted to show you the amazing herbal gifts that I have gotten today. So I walked to the fresh market and I got some cinnamon and some star anise, okay? And we are going to just be tapping a little bit on this. But I want to say happy 222 portal. I'm excited because Metatron's coming through very, very, very highly. And you know how you walk in and then it's like you come out from like the nature walk and then your skin's like, I don't know, maybe I need to put less cinnamon in my drinks, but I'm going to be using this to counteract that sensation. So we are going to be talking about the solar angelics, but I wanted to show you some more Mother Gaia creations that I got today on my walk. I got some beautiful hibiscus. I want to burn this. So if you have headphones in, maybe take them out for a moment. This is just trying to look out for you because it's kind of loud. So these are amazing flowers, dried hibiscus. And they used to sell them at Walmart. Oh, but these aren't fully dried yet. They're like kind of still drying. So I'm going to put these like kind of out in the sun. So I'm going to burn this. They look like this. And in Spanish, they're called Flor de Jamaica. So that's what they're called. Which I'm sorry, did I just say I didn't go to Fresh Market? I went to my Hispanic market around kind of around the corner, but it was like 2.9, like 3 miles there and then back again. So, and I should be having water, right? I swear, once you get on the juice kick, good luck getting off because it can be excessive. I got more beautiful herbal treats here. But I want to show you what I have in here, which it's really exciting. I love Mother Gaia gifts like this. Like, I like going for walks and picking them off of public property. Like, it's not like private property, but it's like, I'll show you. And I'm going to dry these and we're going to burn them in our sessions because I thought of you guys. Because I'm always thinking of others and being such a sponge, feeling and picking up of all of these energies. So beautiful rose, beautiful roses. I'm going to dry these. And then, of course, I just got little jujubes for my solar cosmic fairies and my Venusian fae and the rest of my star families up in the galactic realms. I like to leave them out as offerings, and then sometimes like I'll have one, so like I'll leave one there for me before bed. Oh, and then there's one here as well. So this is a jujube, and this is ancient Chinese medicine, and it's really good for you. And then I'm going to be just leaving these rose petals in the sun to dry. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna do it more like over here. I'm gonna let these dry in the windowsill in the sun. Let the sun, you know, Father Sun, dry everything up. This is my herbal tea from earlier, but we do not drink room temperature or cold, excuse me, herbal teas. And then I also got, you know, some extra stuff like for our sessions, like the Badia cinnamon. I like to burn these. I really wanted to get Spice Island cinnamon, but I didn't go to Publix or Walmart, so they didn't sell that brand there. At least I didn't see it. But we are going to open and burn a star anise and some Badia cinnamon. I really like Badia because they're really, really, really affordable, and they're amazing in my practice. So I'm just gonna open this and do a little bit of ASMR. And I didn't set up over here. I usually like to have everything organized. I just kind of came in here, and then the Solar Angelics were like, you need to do a 222 activation right now. Like, you need to just get the ball rolling and do 222. So I'm going to be channeling their messages for you today. And we are going to be burning a cinnamon stick. Look at these. Something about Badia cinnamon, it's just so comforting. I don't know. The energy of this herb is so comforting. Like, I love this herb. And we're going to be using my original solar flame lighter. And I like to tap on this because it's a really good ASMR tap. Very sunny today in Winter Park. That's where I'm from. Okay, so it's not like Mount Shasta. And if anyone's been to Mount Shasta, please share your experiences, because my Lemurian family, they've been telling me for a very long time about Mount Shasta, and I've known about this place. Then I started researching it last night, and there's disappearances there. And I went out to New Mexico. I know, Layla. I know. I'm doing a session right now, baby. It's a pit bull. The doggy baby, she's out there scratching the door like, come in, are you eating? No, I'm not eating. I'm doing a session, baby. And I have not even eaten yet today. I just had juices and my herbal tea. And I went for the 6-mile walk, which felt really good to this physical vessel that I'm in. This is very like nice, and look at this flare. Look at this. Ooh, it's a nice burn. What the hell is this? It makes me feel like I should have bought, instead of spending $2.99 at 7-Eleven for this lighter, which I haven't even used yet, but I love this color, I should have just gotten 3 of these. Okay, so, because it's very difficult to sit here and do, you know, with this. So we're not going to use this just yet. Oh, and I got some ground sage. So I was looking for garden sage, but at Dollar Tree, of course, every Dollar Tree is different, and this one did not carry the garden sage. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But a lot of places now just have the ground sage. So we're just going to pour some ground sage on this, and we're going to use our solar flare. And here, my little pitty pit bull, my queen Mama Layla pit bull, my queen Pitty out there licking her lips trying to come in. So I'm going to open this because we are going to cleanse out the environment. Cleanse out the atmospheric environment, okay? And I'm going to be lighting this really good cinnamon stick. I have to save a lot of these. We're going to be lighting, it's like powder, but it's ground sage, okay? I'm burning the ground sage. Look how long this shoots. Like, it's amazing. It's lighter. I like it. And even after you stop pressing it, it still ignites. It's amazing. It's on star shape. Like when the light integrated into her mouth, it was huge, like a huge flare from the Galactic Federation of Light, from the Orion Council, as well as the galactic guides from the different star constellations like Lyra, Pleiades, and so on and so forth. And I keep talking about it, but I just need to awaken the masses. So happy 222 portal. Cosmic solar flare angels and the cosmic angelics. Okay. So we're going to shake out any protrusions or intrusive, like archonic projection thoughts from our archons. And we are going to, like, I needed more cinnamon, right? I mean, look at this, obsessed. So, like, we are going to, I'm going to put this up here, excuse me. Some of this cinnamon, though, like, you have to be careful because some of it has, like, mold on it. So, like, I can't use a lot of that. So the solar angelics, and we're going to shake negative energies, like, away from us, okay? So what are the cosmic angelics? Okay, so they're not the beings of the archangels. They're universal angels in the galactic atmosphere, and they put together these grids to purify, cleanse, and then ascend, the ascension of different star realms, but also to help starseeds like me ascend and open up mankind and just really share our ascension and our gifts and our spiritual evolution with you guys. So that's the best way I know how to translate this in the human language. If anything, I'm going to do a star language. I'm going to do some star codes, light language. We also call it star language where I'm from. So light language activations, okay? So from the Angelics, they like me using this beautiful light warrior cosmic angel in this orgonite, and this is protective, extremely protective. And the archons hate these because these are orgonites and they're orgone domes. And like reptilians, and the pollutants from like the towers, or like if there's a glitch, this fixes that glitch, like in your electronics, like technological, like interferences, not glitches, but just like an interference in your connection to Wi-Fi, or your phone's not working. Place this baby on it, which the coils are deeply ingrained in there, and there's lots of aluminum, and this fights off EMF pollutants and just all those nasty, like government controlled and government trolled archonic parasitic government trolled intrusions from the parasites. So let's cleanse the environment, okay? And we're going to, I'm gonna be putting some Reiki symbols in here, okay? Chokurai. And I'm going to be fluffing your aura and purifying your aura of any intrusive thoughts from the archons. You could pick up intrusive thoughts from your therapist, who labels you as bipolar 2 or histrionic personality disorder. These are labels, and they're all part of the archonic agenda. You could pick them up from your favorite rap music or your rock music. There's lower vibrational spiritual entities in these, channeled to program your thoughts and channeled to anchor into your thoughts and hook into you, so you could start acting like what the song lyrics and the artists are portraying through the speech. And it's all monarch programming, right? It's all programming. So you have to be really conscious of not only the types of chemicals through foods and through marijuana and there's chemicals in that too now, especially the hybrid strains. I don't do it, but this is like angelically, like an angelic channel that and I know a lot of star seeds, in order to cope, I know that they, whether you're an Alpha Draconian or you're a Lemurian, and it's vast, you know, the starseed realm, you guys, you know, there's a lot of ones that have to smoke weed to deal with how harsh this whole archonic agenda and how, you know, Freemasons, monarch programming, lower vibrational, jinn, D-J-I-N-N, yes, D-J-I-N-N. So the jinn spirits, it is said, and I know it's kind of Abrahamic because it's connected to Allah, but in the Quran, I know there are these lower vibrational entity beings, and they act as energy vampires, but they're much stronger than energy vampires. They're called the jinn. And some jinn are very dark, and they're very soul-sucking, and they're very parasitic, and they're very influential. And they're intruders, you know, on the Archon parasite, like that whole agenda. And then some jinn are said to do good, which I've never had any type of relations to these entities. At first I thought that there was jinn that were like attacking like my father's house, but then I found out from my ex-boyfriend, who was a high priest, who was very spiritual, but he was like my scary ex. I don't really want to go into that right now. He did things, this for another video, to me, and he kind of took advantage of me to the point where I like embodied his powers, and I already had my own, and this was before the whole walk-in soul experience. So like it really happened to her. And when I say me and I talk from the first person, not the third person, remember her cellular blueprints of her cognitive mind are still ingrained in the body. So I'm going to have memories from her mind, because this was her body first, and what is part of the body? The mind. So it's all interconnected. So the solar angelics, they want to say that there's like some G1 and G2. No, G1 solar flares happening in the universe, the galactic universe right now. They also want to say, I'm just going to channel, because my first language is the Anunnaki. Yes, Anunnaki, I just got activated, but it's light language. So the Anunnaki Star Mother, she wants to come through, and then some solar flare angelics, and I like to have this on my leaves, as in like lettuce and spinach. And I did not eat any yesterday, and it's very zing type. It's very warm today. So I'm going to channel, but I'm going to fix my shoe because it's kind of like in. This is what I get for getting Walmart shoes. No offense, but it's the truth. I'm refixing this. And if you see herbals in my hair, I have Kita Maldición and little bits of Yagruma in my hair. It's not dry scalp, but I wash and cleanse with these special, beautiful Mother Gaia, Mother Earth. So we're just gonna shake negative energy, archons away. Just their intrusive thoughts, their projections, the word I've been looking for, it just didn't come to me. So whether it's an archon at the Dollar Tree or at the grocery store at Fancy Fruits, there's archonics everywhere, and they have really spread through the mass consciousness of mortals and human DNA. So they hook into the mind. So let's talk about cosmic solar angels, also known as the cosmic angelics. I'm going to channel. And if you intuitively get messages, then take what resonates and leave what does not. But I also want to sprinkle some essential oil on some herbs, though, like eucalyptus, and kind of purify a negative environment, and then burn this this flower that I got. So I'm putting eucalyptus. I should put like mint. Here's peppermint, and then I have lemon as well, just to kind of like go. Some really good essential oils. These are called alchemy oils. They were a gift to me. And then I'm going to place some lemon zest oil on my cinnamon stick, and we are going to have, as well as a couple more drops, because we want to get a really good burn here so we could purify negative energy, and we can chase out negative energy, and we could chase out the shadows, and we could chase out the darkness, and so on and so forth, because it is a spiritual warfare fight, especially if you are a light warrior and you're a 144 and you are part of the cosmic angelics and they call to you. So this is that not hyacinth, the flower de Jamaica. Sometimes I forget the name. The flowers I just showed you. Hibiscus, dried hibiscus. So I like this because it really flares up these herbs and it gets a good burn going, and you want to purify the environment, and Mother Gaia, she is here to help with all of this. So you can cleanse, and you could use her herbs, and you could ingest them depending on if it's safe enough. You can, you know, the solar angels, they want me to channel now, and it's a really good burn, and they want me to really just, there we go. Do some tapping, and they also want me to channel. They've been wanting me to channel, so. Anukasi akanda sakanda si anda sakapanda saka. Ramva sakati sakanda sa uhahi anda saka. Unda sakanda sakuli sakanda sa usakanda sakapanda sa. And they're telling me that they're having the Mintakan Star Mothers translate this because it's a star father of the cosmic angelics, and he would be very masculine, but he works closely with any type of star breed, like the Mintakan mermaid star mothers, and he is translating it through her, and she's like channeling through me. So it's like we're working as a team to deliver this message. Amba sakanyi sakua saua. Si akanto sakanda sakura solar. Unkusi kantanda sakanda sa ala sakanda sakunda sukupuku sukutu undu sukutita sakatata asakata. Amba sakanda situ sakunda sakaya sakuk sukuru anasakata sakatuna sakitu. Andaso andasakinto sakando sakandi sakando sakanto sakando. Andasi enduro compoto antasi tutanda sakanda sakanda. Umba sakanda sakunta sakanda sakukuro sakondo sukatita sakapanta sakausa. Usa usa eros eros eros. Amba satita sakanda sukusu upanda sukulo sukura panda sakasa. Anda sa orompo sakandi sakanda sakanta aya amaya anaya usususu uro tutu uto sakanda sa. Now it's the Anunnaki Star Mothers. Now they really want to come through. And she's aggressive a little bit. And she's much more stronger. She's a medicine woman, shamaness. And she's going to be delivering herbal messages. And she's not for the really gentler souls. So just be aware. Umpuko asakanda sakalala sakapapa usukutu unusukutu I uru usuku usakapanda soko utu tu usuku po usuku nusukotanda sakapaka asokulu unga sakundo sakunda saka umba sakatutu susu su undo sukutundo su iko sokopondo sokopoko usukuru utu usu suzuki tutu sikando sakulo usukondo sokopo umpo sokopum akaka sututunda titi utatita tudondundunda sakamba sakaru sukuru adumba sakunda sakanda saka urumba sokototondo supa katat unda sakapasi usaramba sakata unda sakaputo usukuto usu umba saka asako umba sakatunda siti sukundo sorondo sukundo soko. Okay, so she's pretty much kind of venting about how like a lot of mortals that she tries to come and like babysit on earth or like activate, a lot of them don't take care of their physical vessels, and she's saying to like put more Mother Gaia herbs in it, and whether it's, if you can't ingest them, you could like take a bath with them or like boil them for a shower wash, of course let it cool. You can use this with them, and you could put them in like a little organza as well, and you can also hang eucalyptus from your shower head or mint, dried mint or lavender, whatever. And just get really holistic and use essential oils. And she's saying that a lot of humans, they just ingest a lot of pink slime and just like pollutants, and they really are careless with their bodies, and it pisses her off, and she's just like trying to like integrate this in, but it's like she's like they know but they don't listen, or they just do it to like pleasure eat. Like I guess this is a message for people who like, what is it called? She says pleasure eat, but I think it's called like emotional eating. So she's saying like next time you have that emotional eating pang, she says think about the emotion that's behind like what you're holding on to, and think about like what it is that you feel like, okay, emotional eating is only going to fulfill your vessel, and you're going to eat past your fullness, you know, and it's not going to serve your highest good. So what is really bothering you? She's saying to like dissect or analyze the underlying problems to the emotional eating. So like, and get help for them. Like don't just emotionally eat, you know what I mean? And try to put more liquids in your diet and boil some herbal teas with some fresh herb like garden sage and rosemary and the ingestible herbs that you're allowed to eat with, because she's like so many of her people that she was sent from the solar gods, you know, and you know, even like through like sun god Ra or goddess Mayat, the goddess of justice, or goddess Isis, like, you know, we're all connected. So she's like, these mortals are not listening to me, and they need to learn how to take care of their physical vessels, because they're putting poison in their vessels, and it's archonic, and it's poisoning their minds, because everything is hooked into the mind at the end of the day, even the foods that you put in your body and the ingredients that you ingest through your drinks, and even sacred energy exchange ties. Let's talk about these now, okay? So I'm a spirit channel and a conduit, and I may move a lot of, like really fast with all my spiritual knowledge and my spiritual wisdom that I spit to you guys, but this is all in like a good intention to awaken you and to let you be aware, right? Because you want to be aware and you want to awaken and evolve. You don't want to just stay like stagnant for like your whole lives. Like you want to grow and you want to flourish and bloom and learn new things and be integrative and creative, and you know, you want to spread your light and your gifts, right? And you want to learn, you know, as much as you can, so you can help the new earth and mankind against this archonic agenda, and you know, for the healing of mortals, because they're being exposed to lots of radioactive pollutants, and it's really just so toxic to the point where sacred energy exchange, okay, who are you embodying? Whose energies are you embodying? And you know, we all go through phases in life to where like, okay, I'm gonna pull. Like you could go somewhere and you could be like, Okay, I just want to pick out this one, and this one right here. And like I understand like, I don't know what the mortals call it, like the lust spirit, and then they connect that to like Satan, and they call Satan and Lucifer the devil, and it's just like, okay, the light bearer is Lucifer and Satan's his brother, and hell is not what they say in the Bible. Hell is a star constellation in the cosmos, in the cosmic realms. And me and my old friend Sarah from Moon Goddess Magic, we used to discuss this. She has her own apothecary, and she's actually a very earthbound witch, and it's in her bloodline. Her mother was a witch, and so on and so forth. And she was like, hell isn't even real. Like, when are these mortals going to learn that it's not all fire and it's not down there, it's in the stars, it's a star constellation? And Christianity was adapted by the pagan practices, and it's just, Sunday is really Ra's day. It's sun day. So it's just like Ra illuminates, and then the light bearer Lucifer, who he was demonized into being a demon, and that's all falls under the Christian archonic agenda and the programming of the minds, which is very cultish. And she's very earthy, and she's a healer witch, and she's very like very nurturing and holistic. And I just remember like she used to do, because I kind of like lost touch with her, but she used to do like this really good like mushroom, and I would just watch this woman create like the most beautiful creations that she would just come up with like from her guides. And I think that she loved Freya and Artemis, and those goddesses. Like, you have your own guardians and your own guides, and your own goddesses call to you, right? And there could be a vast majority, and if you are a chosen one and you're a healer and you're awakening right now, and you're coming into your own, and you're a shamaness, or you're a witch, and you get targeted by the masses. You get targeted by Christianities and like Abrahamic religions, like, oh, you witch, oh, yeah, she's different. And then like you see them like give the evil eye behind your back, and you're just like, okay, well, I was chosen for this. So then it's like, that is them, this is you. Let me take a step back and let me refocus. Okay, what is important? What are my gifts? What is my purpose? And I'm going to channel this into mankind, and I'm not going to vibrate on the archonic frequency. And you got to do a lot of, not soul searching, but you have to do a lot of shedding. You have to shed layers of your ego. It took many, many, many. They weren't dark night of the souls activations for me. They were more like soul shocks and losing soul fragments to bypass and integrate all of that and rise above other people's energies, because I was like a sponge for so long, and I would just like vibrate from their intrusions or their projections onto me. So you kind of have to do lots of cord cutting, and you have to be really mentally strong, and you have to be like, okay, what is influencing that person to feel that way about me? Or is it me? Am I toxic? Are we both toxic? Is there a soul cord that is karmic, that it's cyclical, that I need to cut because this is draining the fuck out of me? And obviously they hate me, and I don't want to be like, so it was just like, that was them, this is me. And it was just like, okay, boundaries, energetic boundaries, and then like lots of cutting. So we're gonna cut right now. And I'm gonna use this. I just got this today. I shopped a little bit, and I'm going to cut with it. So I'm gonna use this one, this side. It's really cute because it has flowers in there. It's like, it looks almost like I'm not a smoker, but like it looks like those, like what you smoke. And the handle of this, it's pretty. So I felt like this would be like really healing, and I felt like, okay, I could use this in my practice. And I was also looking for like some rainbow scissors, some like really pretty iridescent translucent scissors with like the golden, pink, and like purple and like bluish green hues, so I can do the cord cuttings. But yeah, this came in handy today. And I want to actually use my jade stick, which is right here. I want to use my jade stick and kind of pull these cords out of you. So there's going to be a lot of adversity in your life if you are on a path like this, if you are on a spiritual and soul involvement, to where a lot of darker, lower vibrational entities, whether they are influenced by archonic agendas or influences, they're going to project onto you. So it's important, and I don't mean for this session to be so like, oh my god, but this is like for your higher consciousness, so you can evolve, so for your awareness. There's going to be a lot of projections from like even Sarah Collins from Moon Goddess Magic. She would get targeted too. Like she would get targeted for her gifts a little bit, but she kind of more is, she's out in the Pacific Northwest, to where like there's a lot of free-spirited fairies out there, and there's a lot of witches who are coming into their healer power abilities, and so on and so forth. And then like if you go a little bit south than that, it's like, you know, it's the lost world. So like you cross Oregon from Washington and you go to Mount Shasta in California, and that's like Lemurians, like, you know, and more free-spirited fairies and just different types of realms. But if you want to go to like more extraterrestrial, but it's very government archonic, it's Area 51 in New Mexico, which I would steer clear of that, because I've been to the Area 51 in Orlando off of John Young Parkway, West Sand Lake Road, Destination Parkway, and Universal Boulevard, and then I drive, and it was not fun. It was not fun. The archons there, and then they have these like aluminum like balls things that like are in the trees in Shingle Creek. That's a like a trailhead that you can go and like, it's like, okay, John Young Parkway, Destination Parkway's right here, West Sand Lake's on this side, then it's like Shingle Creek trailhead, it goes under the bridge, and then if you go on Destination Parkway, then it's Universal Boulevard, then if you go straight, it's International Drive. So it's just like, but when you get on Destination Parkway, in between Universal Boulevard and John Young Parkway, you will see the simulated skies, and you will see how simulated it is. Like it's drone central extraterrestrial, but like reptilian starseed, you know, to the point where like it ties into all of that George W. Bush reptilian bloodline, monarch butterfly programming, and all of that like Bohemian Grove darker lower vibrational entities that tie into that whole reptilian alpha draconian shit. And I'm so sorry, but I had to. And you know, they run the Crooked Cops, they run that plaza off of John Young and Sand Lake Road, and they will try to set you up. They'll try to tell you things that are helpful, and at first they'll like act like they help you, but they will turn on you so fast because of their other archonic influences on their squad teams. So like if there's like a crooked cop who doesn't like you, who trolls the plaza, and then it's like there's like a nice cop who tries to help you at first, but that's like her partner, she knows him in the there's a word I'm looking for, but I'm not going to get to it, in the like police force or their group or whatever, and you know, they're Orange County, eventually he's going to influence her, and you know, his rank might be over her, and she's going to have to listen to him on the force. So it's like, you can't trust them, okay? And this is like a message to someone, because some of you will find me from that plaza on here. I'm still kind of being targeted, but it's not as bad as it was, because the Seminole County like cop sheriff, he literally like backed up today, and I know that was my cosmic solar angelics who made him back up like that, because they're archonics and they will try to put you in the system. And you know, it all ties to that government agency stuff, like okay, you have a social security card, so give me your ID. Oh, so she identifies as this person, this is her social, and like government, not just when they pull you over and they're a cop, and then it's just like, oh yeah, I know who she is, da, da, da. Oh, she's his daughter, oh, so she's like that, and it's just like boom boom boom, label label label, judgment judgment judgment, societal programming, archon shit. You know, so it's just like you want to kind of like rise above and bloom, and you want to share your own gifts. So if you are a goddess incarnate, or if you are a god incarnate, or if you're a fairy elemental, or if you are a elven realm, if you are a fairy forest daemon, like a daemon of the forest, you know, if you're a deva, you know, we don't talk about devas enough, but let's talk about sacred energy exchange ties. So when we are with someone intimately, okay, it's an exchange of energy to the point where they give you the energy inside of them, and then you are interchanging your energy with them. So it's like you give each other your energy, and then you grow this, like, I don't want to say invisible, but like you can't see it with the human eye. You grow this energetic cord to that person through your solar sacral chakras, and it creates this kundalini tantric sacred energy exchange tie to where eventually, depending on your gifts and your powers, okay, um, even in the human mind, if you're not awakened, you will pick up on these person's energetic blueprint vibrations. So, like, on their thoughts, and like you'll feel them thinking about you. So, like, you want to be conscious of, like, and then if that person is with multiple people and then they're embodying all of those energies and then you sleep with them, it's like it goes into it's an exchange of energy. So it's like you have to really be conscious of who you are sharing your body with, because energy is very, very real, and then it could be influential. So like you could be sharing your body with someone who, yes, you're attracted to them and you like them very much, but they might not have like the best motives or intentions. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then later you find yourself acting out of character, and the whole time you were being archonically influenced by this soul tie that you have between your kundalinis and your tantric energy, openings in your sacral chakras, which is the womb and the reproductive space. So you really have to be conscious of like that, and then you have to be conscious of like the types of herbs or foods that you put in your body. Even if like you smoke and stuff, like if you do like hybrid strains and stuff, like you have to really know the chemicals that they put in that, because it's not like back in the day to where it's like not all just like herbs anymore. It's chemicals in there, and like those could have archonic influences, and then you could start acting out of character just from smoking. Like it's just like different things, just like the spirits and alcohol. Okay, if you put like a specific spirit, like a vodka or a rum or something, why do you think they call them like fine wines and spirits? Because there's an active energy or soul in that type of substance that you're ingesting into your body. So everything ties to an energetic frequency, but also on spiritual levels. So you have to be very conscious and aware of what you are ingesting and who you are interacting with and who you have around you. Which, it's like sometimes you don't really have a choice, but sometimes if you're in a position to the point where like you do have a choice, you want to create, and you want to, get to that point to where like, okay, this is my sacred space. I'm happy, I'm healthy, and I'm trying my best every day, and I am grounding and I'm protecting my energetic boundaries. And you want to use, and I don't know if I'm going to find this crystal, it's a chevron amethyst, and they have those white lines through them, but you have to really, let me put it in this bag. Yeah, you have to really, and I want to get the shaman stone, because I have a lot of shaman earth energy stones here too, the Apache tear. And then this is the chevron amethyst. So like this is a chevron amethyst. And I also have a smoky amethyst right here, which is smoky quartz and amethyst. It's a seer stone. It's very much connected to that witchy earth realm, which there's really nothing wrong with witches. And I just want to say that if you are a healer or if you're a witch and you've come into your power, welcome, because I've been called witch before, and I just have specific gifts and powers, and I can use them and integrate them in either light or darkness, and I can be completely neutral, or I could use my light or my darkness when need be. And these powers were given to me. They were gifts, and for a long time it felt like a curse, but I didn't know how to utilize them until I was like 40. So it took a very, very long time, which was just last year. So let's talk about chevron amethyst or dream amethyst. So to protect your dreams and your energetic boundaries, because I wanted to talk about one of my scary, scary exes who was a high priest in another archonic religion. Basically, before the soul walk-in experience, she met a Babalao, and she was trying to counteract a lot of attacks against her and her children. She saw in her psychic gifts and her visions that, okay, you're getting secular attacked. It's like secular witchcraft, and it was like witches from like the lower vibrational realms. It wasn't, it was just like witches who just did curses and spells out of, they didn't shed the ego, they were just angry and they were hateful, and they just utilized darkness and targeted light workers or 144s, because she was from the 144s. And so basically she had went to this shop, and it was a botanica shop, and she had met somebody, and she looked at him like a mentor. She looked at him like someone who like was going to help her, like, you know what I mean, like someone like a spiritual teacher, kind of like an uncle to her kids. And he ended up owning the shop, so he was just like, I can attune you to you know, this is gonna be, it's supposed to be a 3-day ceremony, but I'll do it for you for 2 days, and like all my people will be there, and I'm gonna help you. So she goes one night to the house, and it is different people, and they make her sit behind like this white sheet and stare at it for a while. And then it's like, then she received, like, she did this because she wanted to see what guardian was over her head. Like, she wanted to see, she thought it was Oya or Yamaya. So since he was a Shango child, the next day she went, okay, again, and it was supposed to be a 3-day ceremony, but he only made it to 2. And so she went the next day, and then she thought that he was going to initiate her, because he had brought the spirit from the Archon like realm and put it in her. And like her eyes were different, like they were like beady, like you see how like my eyes, like they're very big and starseed, like Pleiadian and Lemurian eyes. So like he made the color on the outside of like the brown, the dark brown, very beady with this Archon spirit. And he was just like, come to my shop the next day without the kids. So she went, and then he was just like, okay, do you understand that you are Ochun? You are Ochun's child, and I am Shango. And then it was like one thing led to another. He got her to the back of the shop, and then it was like, boom, like, it was like, but she embody those spiritual powers for, you know, I think some of it still is in the DNA of this body, because her powers were so powerful after he did that to her, to the point where like she was so strong, and like I still am strong, but it's like a different energy. So she had to go to another high priest, one of the light, to get that spirit out. And then she had to, because he had done it, and the first night of the ceremony with a dark pigeon, and then the Babalao of the light, he used the white pigeon to take it out in the ceremony, just him and her out in Palm, I think it was near Palm Coast. And he was very professional, the one who took it out, and he was like, return this pigeon, because the spirit's in here now, to his shop, to the corner of the shop, and never go back there again. So she did what she was told, and you know what I mean? So it was just like, I mean, this one was targeted a lot in this lifetime by Babalaos, you know, Paleros, High Priests, Santeras, and Archons, Reptilians, Alpha Draconians. I mean, witches, like, and I mean, like, the witches that, like, just, like, want to curse. Like, the ones that just hate you and they're jealous and they act out of ego. Because the human mind, it's very tricky. And a lot of witches don't know how to shed their egos. And they use their own insecurities and their own hate and their anger, and then they project it onto you, which can be archonic influences. And you could be secularly, it's called a secular witchcraft, you could be attacked by different groups. And it was happening to her from like 2018 all the way through like last year. And it was just like, she felt like she was like a fallen angel, but it was their projections onto her. It was not ever her energy. You know what I mean? And then so like when she was called out, these sirens, they just, the Archons, they really just, it's out of control today. Basically, when she went out to Destination Parkway, Universal Boulevard, and she was called out there, so my soul could integrate into the body. So she wanted to leave Mother Earth after she had to give the kids to her baby's father. She was like, there's nothing left for me. Like, I'm in so much pain. I don't know how to let this shit go. I'm so angry. I've been through so much. I'm just going to live my last, like, best 6 months of my best life, but I'm fucking leaving after that. And she was so angry. She didn't know how to transmute it. So then, like, the Galactic Federation of Light. Do you hear this on the 222 portal, these sirens? So maybe the sirens, if, like, on whatever part of that video what I was talking about, maybe that's a message for someone. To pay close attention to that part, to like rewind where you heard the siren from, because that could also be a messenger as well. So I'm just gonna open this back, and then I just want to say, like, just be very aware of like where you're putting your energy, and like be very aware of, and be very aware of your own consciousness. So like, okay, you're angry. Why are you angry? Can you let this go in a healthy way? You know what I mean? Do you have to project it on someone else? Try to shed hatred, and try to shed greed, and try to shed jealousy, and try to understand the underlying emotions of why you feel that way, and then process them, and then let that shit go. Because the longer you hang on to those negative emotions, it impairs your growth. You're never going to grow. And this is another channeled, you know, message from the solar angelics. And I'm just burning a lot of this hibiscus because I feel like we need some flower and plant energy to kind of like uplift the moods. And this is the one with the, this is the louder one. Use this one. So this is dried hibiscus, and then I want to put some basil on this as well. And I want to do some angelica and rue. So I'm going to kind of push these to the side. I'm going to place another bay leaf on it, so it could be like a bed to the herbs, you know, so they could burn better and we don't have to worry so much. Place this bay leaf, this beautiful leaf here as like a bed to the basil and the rue and the angelica. So I had sweet basil over here earlier. I probably have tarragon. I have 2 things of tarragon now. Tarragon. I'm gonna get my angelica and my rue. We'll come back to the basil later. The basil is more like cleansing the environment, like it will cleanse from negative attacks, archons. So this is the angelica, this right here. And we're going to get some rue. I also have some Yagruma and some Kita Maldición in here that I saved after I dried them. I burned them in like a herbal bath tea one time, and then I saved, like, I sifted out and then saved it. And then we're just gonna burn, and we're just gonna end with burning this to cleanse you from any like negativity that, like, you know, is going on. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining me for the session. Happy 222 portal. I will be channeling more from the solar angels of the universe. And I want to say please subscribe, like, and also if you can, make a donation. I just get tools. I already have the crystals, but like herbs and lighters, and I want to get a tin and fill it with some dried, I can't wait till those rose petals dry, and then I'm going to go and pick some more rose petals tomorrow, and I'm going to pick some more earth fairy flowers. So thank you so much for joining and for listening and for activating and for allowing to take all of this spiritual knowledge and higher wisdom from the higher light wisdom realms And I was going to say the higher realms of light, like the angelics and the cosmic angels. Until next time, namaste.